The opinions expressed by the host and guest on this program are solely their own and do not represent the views or opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Well, good Thursday morning, and welcome to another edition of Coffee Time with Blind United. Of course, I'm Ed, and I got my brother in the dark, Pedro, in here with me today.
Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning. Happy Thursday. We're almost to the weekend. Hi.
Almost there. We're almost there. We got 2 more days, and we get us a weekend.
Mm-hmm. A
Yeah.
cool one, hopefully, man.
Oh, man, it's so much cooler over here, Pedro. Oh, I can't believe it, man. I mean, we got down into the high 50s overnight tonight.
Oh, man, y'all hit that spot, huh? Comfortable
Yeah,
weather.
man. Nah, I mean, really, really cooled off. I mean, hopefully I won't even have to turn my air on today. I had to turn it on yesterday for a couple hours in the late, mid to late afternoon. But
Yeah,
man,
when the sun is hitting hard at that west side angle.
well, it's almost like I can feel my pocket getting fat when I don't have to turn my air conditioner on. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Oh my God. Hey, no lie, because that price is high.
it's all expensive. It's all cost money. Like I say, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. So, on that note,
No lie.
we got one interest group for y'all today. We got Let's Talk Spanish with Mr. Jesus Bautista. This brother, he's out of El Paso. He's a former educator. So he's volunteering his time to come on here and teach us how to, have some conversational Spanish, So come on in tonight, check it out. If y'all got the email, the lesson plan is there, so you know what he's going to talk about. You need to be doing your homework because he don't play. Remember I said he's a former educator.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, that's a popular class, and I know the recordings. He be having some hits too.
That's right. He get a lot of hits on his recording. So anyway, come check us out tonight on that one. That's at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. Of course, he's in El Paso, so that's 6:30 his time. So, but anyway, yeah, come on in and check us out, and maybe pick up a few phrases where you can conversate with your fellow American neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot of Spanish-speaking folks, and you may not even realize it. A lot of them are American. Okay, they've done it the right way. They've got their citizenship and all that stuff. Don't believe that hype. Okay, but we want to stay social with everybody. They do their best to try to learn another language. So least we can do is try to meet them in the middle somewhere, right? So, but anyway, that's a whole nother topic, right? So, you see, I got those articles
Yes.
done. Okay.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty dope. But yeah, good class, but Mr. Batista does. And anything you want to kind of talk about, touch up on before we maybe get into these articles, or I
I
just know
mean,
I'm ready for that download. That iOS 18, guys, is coming. They're talking about September
and
16th.
I know you hyped up about that one. That's why we're gonna play that other one first, okay?
Hey, I
That,
didn't read the article and I saw the title, guys, and the title is the new iPhone 16 all the hype? It's is it gonna live up to the hype,
well,
basically?
right, and I get to cheat because I converted into audio, right? So I done heard both of them.
Yeah.
It's actually more about sales than it is features.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, but I mean they discuss features, but it's more about sales. So
Yeah, and this iOS 18 is bringing a lot of features for us disabled people also. You'll be able to control your phone and with your eyes and stuff like that for people that have mobility issues, but we'll be able to take advantage also. So they have neat features besides just the other Apple Intelligence. So I'm looking forward to it. I honestly didn't beta test it. It's my main device I work off. So I didn't want it to beta test it and have problems with certain applications that I need to work. So
right.
but I'm looking forward to run that through it and show you a couple of these features, talk about some of these features that are coming out for this iOS 18 that will benefit our community in my opinion and things like that.
Right. Well, I mean, again, any advancements in technology. I think about where our community was back in the day. I mean, I go back, Ray Charles Day. You know what I'm saying? It just man, they blind folks were put in schools and so-called not they didn't use the terminology, but they basically were categorized as asylums. And kept away, put away. You know what I'm saying? Well, didn't that very many of them get out of the community and be able to exercise their talents? Luckily, that brother was very, very talented, and he was able to make his way out. But Braille and technology and stuff like that has gotten us out of that point. You know what I'm saying? From that type of thing. So any advancement in technology, which is
A lot of advancements.
it's, man, but see, and that's going to lead us perfectly, Pedro, right into this article.
Mhm.
Here's something that we are maybe uniquely capable of doing in this article.
Mhm.
On that note, let's go ahead and hit this one about these ladies checking for breast cancer.
Which one? About the ladies, the blind ladies?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Yeah, check that out. You're going to like this.
Women who are blind play a critical role in identifying possible breast cancers. Dr. Frank Hoffman was appalled by the sheer numbers of cases of early-stage breast cancer that were being missed. Then he had an idea. What if we were to specially train others to do it? Meenakshi Gupta has been blind since birth. And yet, she can identify what many patients and medical specialists miss, the tiniest lumps in a woman's breast that could be malignant. She is one of 30 blind women from India trained as part of a global project called Discovering Hands. Gupta, 31, has been working for the past 2 years as a medical tactile examiner at Medanta Hospital in the northern Indian city of Gurgaon. Introduced in India in 2017, the program is now part of major hospitals in key Indian cities, Bengaluru, Varanasi, Gurugram, and Delhi. In a country where the equipment to perform mammograms is in short supply, the expertise of these examiners is crucial. The Discovering Hands project itself first evolved in Germany a decade earlier. Dr. Frank Hoffman, a gynecologist and founder of the program, says he was appalled by the sheer numbers of cases of early-stage breast cancer that were being missed, not just in Germany but around the world. It occurred to me that we could improve the outcome of the breast examination if we were to specially train others to do it as support staff for doctors, he says. He decided to focus on training people who are blind, studies that have shown that the brains of blind people can develop a heightened sense of touch. Like all the examiners, Gupta was rigorously trained by four-sided trainers who taught her about the female body, in particular the anatomy of the breast. Her training lasted 9 months, a 6-month study course and a 3-month internship. She was given mobility training as well. She uses a white cane to make her way independently to the hospital and asks for help to navigate traffic-ridden roads if she needs it. The effort is worth it. They were so successful that they were 30% better at detecting tissue changes than doctors, Hoffman says of the trainees. The MTEs can identify lumps at the very initial stages, even before they show up on imaging scans. Over the years, several independent studies have verified this. A pilot study conducted in 2023 by the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at the Erlangen University Hospital in Germany involved 104 patients and concluded that clinical breast examinations by MTEs who were visually impaired were as accurate in identifying potentially cancerous tumors as doctors trained in this procedure. In many cases, a lump in the breast can be non-cancerous. Tests are needed to rule out cancer, and the earlier this is done, the better, says Dr. Deep Huja, gynecologist and CEO of Apar Health, who is not affiliated with the Discovering Hands program. AMT's work is very empowering, especially in a low-tech setting when not everyone can have access to mammograms. It eases the burden on doctors who deal with overcrowded waiting rooms too, she says. Examiners like Gupta are proving to be a powerful force for identifying breast cancer and allowing for effective treatment, says Dr. Puja, who adds, however, we need more clinical studies to establish how their work adds value to the healthcare system. As an arts graduate who had studied science only in high school, Gupta says it was challenging to learn about breast anatomy and conduct clinical exams. In their training sessions, the MTs practice on plastic models with silicone breasts. One of the first things we learned was how to map the breast, she says. Using skin-friendly tape, they divide each breast into 4 zones. Probing gently with fingertips and using varying pressures, they closely examine every centimeter of the breast. The process takes up to an hour for both breasts. If the MTs locate a lump, mapping the breast this way helps the doctor locate it quickly and precisely for further examination. MTs document their findings to share with doctors, Gupta says. We examine the consistency of each area of the breast. Is it hard or soft? If we find any lump, we make a note of its location, depth, size, and shape. Our duties end with the examination. We're not authorized to say whether it could be cancerous or not. After her training, Gupta began working as an intern at Medanta Hospital. To build our understanding and confidence at first, the doctor would ask us to identify the nature of the lump in patients who had already been diagnosed with breast cancer, she says. They spent months noting down the feel, size, shape, and consistency of these lumps. Soon, they moved on to examining patients who came in for checkups. I remember being so nervous that my hands shook when I examined my first patient, she says. The responsibility weighed on her. This is a living person. What if I miss anything? I was worried. That anxiety eased within a couple of months as her experience and confidence grew. She now sees 5 to 8 patients a day, spending an hour with each. On average, she says, 1 or 2 tend to have abnormalities. She records her findings on a laptop and flags the cases for follow-up with the doctor. 2 women have been instrumental in establishing the Discovering Hands program in India and training MTs. One of them is Shalini Kanasati, founding director and secretary of the National Association for the Blind, India's Center for Blind Women and Disability Studies in New Delhi. Blind women especially were a very forgotten lot, Sati says. In addition to providing diagnostic support for doctors who are facing severe overcrowding in waiting rooms, these roles give visually impaired women who often struggle to find jobs, dignity, and purpose, she says. Sati's efforts were supported by Dr. Kanchan Kaur, a surgeon who reconstructs breasts after a mastectomy and who is practicing in Medanta Hospital, where Gupta now works. Both women traveled to Germany to observe and learn the technique. Kaur says that another issue is the lack of breast awareness is among Indian women. Not every woman has access to annual mammograms, a screening procedure that is considered routine in other countries. According to India's Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, breast cancer is one of the most common cancers among women, with roughly 75,000 deaths every year. One of the biggest reasons is the lack of access to mammography equipment, especially in rural areas where mammograms are not a part of routine care. I'm very aware that I treat a disease that's potentially curable if women come in time, Kaur says. But in India, this is a huge problem. Women may sense that they have a lump, but because of the stigma of having their breasts examined, many delay getting treatment until it is too late. In India, the biggest issue is that women do not go to the doctor on time. That is what causes the delay in diagnosis. There is still stigma involved, and in such a conservative society, women are hesitant to expose their breasts to doctors for medical checkups. Nearly half of the cases Kaur sees are women who seek treatment at an advanced stage, when the cancer is very aggressive and the mortality rate is high, she says. According to a report by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR, only one of every 2 women diagnosed with breast cancer in India survives. Studies have found that the disease occurs at a younger age for women in India, between the ages of 45 to 49, compared to the West, and because of this, survival rates are poor. That is why it is critical to catch the disease early, says Kaur. The fact that blind women are doing breast examinations has helped ease some of the stigma around going for a checkup, she says. Because the MTs are blind, the women who come in for an exam do not feel embarrassed or ashamed about exposing their breasts. This was something that healthcare professionals had not thought about when they began the program in Germany, Hoffman says. If more MTs were trained and breast examinations became part of a routine checkup in hospitals across the country, it could save a lot more lives, Sadi says. However, that is not a goal that can be easily met. Currently, the intensive training for each MT costs around 2 lakh rupees, about $2,500. We are funded by private donors, and the number of MTs we train every year would depend on this funding, Sadi says. But we are hopeful we can expand soon. If so, discovering hands can save many more lives. It is heartening when you think of how these women who cannot see themselves are showing us the way. Kamala Tyagarajan is a freelance journalist based in Madurai, southern India. She reports on global health, science, and development and has been published in the New York Times, the British Medical Journal, the BBC, The Guardian, and other outlets. You can find her on X at Kamal_T. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, all right. Man, that is amazing to me. That is truly amazing. I mean, the fact that, yeah, we do, when we lose our sight, people think, we get some superpower or whatever. No, we just learn to use it better. You know what I'm saying? And because of that sense of touch, these ladies are uniquely, capable of finding these things, man, and helping women out all over the world. I mean, I say the ladies on this side of the continent need to get with this and get into that, because they will start bringing folks in from other countries that are already trained in it. I can see where this is going to save a lot of money in the medical field, as far as early detection and being able to handle it without a lot of pain and suffering. Ladies being
Plus they catch it before some of the machines do. So man, that's a
right.
plus too.
Yeah.
And then able to it gives those workers a purpose, an income and stuff like that. So ladies, yeah, that'd be something to look into.
Especially if you're already into like massage therapy or something like that, you're already into using your hands and stuff like that. So, you've already learned to develop that. You got a head start in the sense in your fingers as far as the body's concerned.
Yeah, yeah. So that's pretty neat that that they started a program like that, and and including some blind individuals and stuff like that.
Did you see what they said it costs for the training? There's got to be a glitch in there somewhere. They said it only costs $2,500.
Um,
Okay.
well, could be if it's subsidized with the, how they gave her mobility training and things like that.
Right.
So
Well,
some of
maybe
those,
that's because so the training itself probably costs more money, but that's all it maybe costs her out of her pocket.
yeah, but if it's experimental and they were doing it experimental, it could be all covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, so man, that is a plus, guys. Sometimes it's letting you know that no matter in our technologies, advancements, a human can still do something better than a machine.
Well, and and then again here, and I don't know if they're doing it yet or not. I have to talk to my doctor about that next time I'm in there. But it probably another one of them things where you have to go through trials. Again, they're not going to accept what Germany, and
India.
India would. They're. I mean, it's very interesting, but again, they're going to want to run their own trials over here.
Yes, of course, of course. Sometimes,
It's approved
our
over there. It's not approved here yet.
yeah, but sometimes what I notice, we're late to the game when it comes to certain things. Our medical advancements are slightly late to the game in some ways, even the way we do. Our
You know what?
insurance is outdated and it's,
You know what my theory on it is, Pedro.
mm-hmm,
Those countries, right? They have a public health system,
mm-hmm,
so
mm-hmm,
continuously do the research to try to figure out how to cut the cost by early detection and stuff like that, better treatments, right?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, we're in it for the money.
Yeah, the insurance is in it for the money.
Well, the insurance companies, our system, our Mexico, what are they, what we want to call it, a medical industrial complex,
Why everybody got to be industrial complex, huh? In the back of the,
because it's commercial, it's
I
for
know.
profit. As long as it's for profit, that's what it is. I mean, but
Yeah, and we
that's the
shouldn't
problem
treat.
right there.
Yeah, that's the problem. We shouldn't treat certain industries like that, especially like what we saw with the train derailment that happened a few years back because of self-regulation about the bottom line. They didn't want to spend the money. We can't treat certain important uh, sectors like that.
And
Yeah.
and again, I'm not mad at the trials that they would have to go through over here. Why? Because that is our regulation. That is our safety.
Mhm,
Other
mhm,
countries are willing to cut corners that America won't, in certain things as well. Sometimes it's for good and sometimes it's, in a bad way, but again, it's just the truth about it. So regulation is important. That's what trials are. Same thing with what we're talking about, these train companies and
mhm.
vendors and all this stuff. I mean, I can go off onto another one that I seen earlier this morning, Pedro. Oh my
Mm.
God.
We had a few minutes. Give us a little summary of what was it about? I
Thing,
haven't even seen nothing in Digital Land right now.
well, when we a little while back, we were talking about how they had this collaboration. Matter of fact, they just filed a case on folks in the real estate about controlling the market.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so there's this new company out there, and no, and I'm not saying anything bad about OpenAI because they're doing good stuff, but basically everything stems from this one company. I can't remember the name of it right at this moment, but
But they
they
use
are
artificial intelligence, right?
their algorithm. They're gathering data from everybody in what particular industry, right? You know, sector of business, right? And they're so the businesses are not communicating with each other, but they're all using the same software to
Mm-hmm.
control their pricing.
Yes, yes, and this is happening in real teen. Yeah, so I think I know the story you're talking about. I read something similar to something like that,
Man,
and
that stuff is crazy. They're just doing us, dog. I mean,
this is why I said we needed to
they're
be
taking
on top of
competition
AI.
out of. They're taking competition out of the game. Okay,
Well, they're
that's
just being
exactly what they're
greedy.
doing. Well,
greedy,
that's that
taking
too.
competition. They don't want, they want to take everything for themselves, and that just kills the American dream to
Well,
make something, to build a business. And
that
how are
part,
you gonna do
you can't
that?
compete.
Yeah, when you can't compete, when you got these companies that are just loose, these multi-billion-dollar companies, that have
I mean, they
resources.
can crush you like not even a roach, an ant. I mean, you're not even as big as a roach, right? You're small as a flea. I mean, that's the way they look at it, like we're little fleas. You know what I'm saying? So, but
Yeah.
no, when and I'm gonna bring this around because we're talking about everyday things, right? I just like to connect dots whenever I can.
Hmm.
When you hear Miss Harris use the terminology opportunity economy, that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
She's eliminating that type of corporate stuff, right?
Yeah.
That kind of monopolization.
Yes, yes. Yeah, she's also talking about these multi-billion companies buying whole blocks of cities, buying houses and houses. That's another thing she's talking about that makes it unfair to the average person that wants to buy a home. Almost impossible because these companies, these hedge funds also are buying these houses cash.
Well, let me bring it back to the house, right? For
Mm-hmm.
those homeowners out there, and maybe some, I don't know, but other folks possibly happening as well. Those phone calls you get on a daily basis and asking if you want to sell your property or if you know of any property that is for sale, that's who's doing that. They trying to buy up the planet. They're trying to buy up America. They want to control the market. They want to, because they
Make
can
it a
run the
renter's
prices.
market only.
Exactly.
And there's a
Exactly.
lot of problems with that.
And then they're going to use that same algorithm thing and they're going to control the market across the country as far as pricing.
If someone ain't there to put these guidelines to keep them in line, what we need is somebody that's been prosecuting and check and knows the law, not someone that's gonna, let me lift these red tape or these laws from these multi-billion corporations so they could do whatever they want. And if we let them do whatever they want, this is what they're gonna do, what we're talking about here. And that story about this fixing prices for rentals and mortgages and things like that, and that's unfair to the individual trying to have a family, trying to buy a new home or buy the second home. And you know what I mean, it kills the American dream when we don't have those regulations in place, when we're late to the game and companies already doing this,
See,
you
what a
know.
lot of people don't realize, one of the key components to the first building block in the creating wealth is home ownership. That's where you first establish. That's your first, truly major purchase. You know what I'm saying? That's what truly establishes you in the credit world, right? And so on and so forth. And the values are going to go up, which improves your credit as well, right? And then you can borrow on that. You can get you another home, or maybe borrow on that or sell it and get you an apartment building or whatever if you're playing in that game. Or maybe you borrow on it and go buy a little smaller piece of commercial property. And commercial properties are generally, you can get them not, they're the commercial properties that's a game in itself right there. But again, just getting into buying property, that's how you create your wealth, because the property is always going to have a value. Now, if you can use that property and make money with it, that's a plus. But it's always going to be worth money, So again, that's one of the main building blocks in growing wealth. And if they eliminate the ability to buy property, then nobody's ever going to get wealth. They're going to eliminate the middle class. It's just that simple. There will be no more middle class. So pay attention to what's going on around here, y'all. I really advise you to pay attention. So on that note, is it about time to run our little commercial?
Yep, it is.
Right on time.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to Blind United's Spooky Evening on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Veteran Foreign War Post 2070, VFW, 825 South Magnolia Avenue, Monrovia, California, 91016. Cross Street is Chestnut. Come and enjoy a fun, spooky evening with games, a costume contest, and Halloween treats with friends and family. 825 South Magnolia Avenue. Cost per adult $25, children $5 to $13, $15, children 4 and under free. The meal will include hot links and a grilled chicken sandwich, chips, potato salad, soda, water, and cupcakes. A cash bar will be available. Door prize drawings will be held throughout the event. Deadline to turn in money is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. You can sell your money to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. All children must be accompanied by an adult to the restroom. For more information, you may contact F.A. Chandra Howard at 909-774-6290 or Cheryl Thurston at 909-821-9589.
So did you get your costume picked out, Pedro?
Yeah, man, I'm gonna be a convict, guys.
So you gonna wear a jumpsuit or the two-piece?
I'm gonna wear that jumpsuit.
Okay. Now here different colors mean different stuff. So what color you getting?
Yeah. And Monica said good morning also.
Oh, okay. She wasn't in there when I was bumping up and down there. Good morning, Monica. She coming in late. Yeah, that is she just commenting late.
And Tisha said, and she said, who's the woman doing the intro in Blind United?
That's Brittany.
Yeah, with the social media, that's that's Brittany. And the story is actually a and synthesized voice. If you heard the article, Tisha.
Right. The articles are synthesized.
Yeah. So good morning, guys. Good morning, Britt. Also,
Britt's in there too.
Yeah. I just.
Oh, she just came in.
Yes. Yeah. So we played that article. Brittany, we want to know what you think about it.
The breast cancer one?
Yeah, helping hands.
I think it's awesome, man. I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that blind people could do that people just haven't given us a chance to do.
Ladies, I would like to hear from the ladies down in the comments too. Tisha, Monica. I don't know if you guys heard the article, but it was. I think that is truly amazing. It's something that
If you want to get in the medical field or something, do some research, get your leg in, man. That, it could be a wealth journey.
Man, that could be a great career right there.
Yeah, that could be a career for the ladies, especially for the blind ladies.
You guys are uniquely gifted for that talent. You know what I'm saying? For that ability. And I think women would definitely feel a lot better having women poking around on their breast than, a male guy, a technician, examiner, whatever you want to call him, whatever his job title would be.
Yeah. So, man, the gifts that sometimes when something gets taken away, you get something new. And making a what are you saying? Able to get a career on it and improve your lifestyle, even hey, that's a plus, and
I mean, and you're in the medical field, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's going to be a good paying job. It's going to have benefits, all that. That's a good
And
career
you're
to
going to
get
be
in.
saving lives. I mean,
And
that's the thing,
you be
too.
saving lives. And that part right there, I'm sorry, that's actually the most important part, you know. I mean, that early detection, I mean, they say that these ladies are finding lumps before the machines
the
can.
medical devices, yeah. hmm
Now,
And and
that's key.
that's key right there because man, I'm telling you, we could do still things even though we have all these medical devices. Sometimes it just takes a human touch.
Well, not only that, you know, I hate, you know, I'm just pointing this other thing out. It also shows society that we are capable of doing a lot more than making brooms and doing basket weaving and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Or working in a call center. You know, we're truly capable of, you know, legitimate jobs. You know, um,
Yeah, that is true. And sometimes the sighted people that they look at us like that. Oh, wow, poor them. They should just stick to that, or they should just stay home. And no, a thing to do is go out and live the life you want.
that's
If
part
that's
right there.
if it's pursuing a medical career, if it's pursuing a law career, whatever it may be, even singing, even dancing at that. You know what I mean? You want to do it, you should be able to. Um, well, coming to flying a plane now, that's a whole other story. If you have all the instruments, you could probably do it, but putting all those lives on your hands could be really, really stressful.
I mean, it could. I mean, who knows what the future holds with the, you
Mm-hmm.
know, with AI and, you know, live interaction and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm not going to say right now, this is to me, it's off the table. But who knows where we'll be in another, you know,
But
15, 20
but Ed, I
years.
wanted to be a NASCAR driver.
Man, I hear you. When I had sight, I wanted to be a NASCAR driver, but I didn't have the skill. I mean, imagine going 200 miles an hour in 5 o'clock traffic.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's some other stuff. I'm talking about being on the racetrack.
Well,
I'm
I'm
not
talking
saying.
about no, but my point being, if you've ever watched what they call a restrictor plate race,
Mm-hmm.
they're traveling in a pack, just
Mm-hmm.
like 5 o'clock traffic, but they are traveling at 200 miles an hour when they go down into turn one.
Hey, you know what I
They're
mean?
inches apart from each other, going into a corner at 200 miles an hour, dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's skill.
That is skill. You gotta,
That takes
you
a
can't be
lot of,
distracted. You can't be distracted.
not at all, not at
You gotta be
all.
on it. And sometimes people get distracted by the scenery. You have to be eyes on the road at all times. The front bumper, your side mirror, all that, all. You
Well,
gotta
and
be.
spotters play a big part in that, you know, but at the same time, you wouldn't even realize it. You know, we got off on this NASCAR conversation. I used to be a big NASCAR fan, so
Well,
just
there are
when,
comments in the comments section.
okay, go ahead.
Tisha would like to know: is there more information about the article that you sent that you have? And then she also wanted to. She said that she took a biopsy and she has a lump in her breast, so she would like to know more information about that. And then she also commented that she thought that it was me doing the social media stuff, but I sound different but the same.
Well, yeah,
Was
it is
that
Brittany doing the
that
social
was her
media.
special voice on there, Tisha. This is her morning voice right here. See, she did that one later on in the afternoon when she was well rested and all that good stuff, wide
Yeah,
awake.
plus I processed it and all that. So
But there, yeah, Pedro ran it through a filter, put the music and all that stuff on there, all that good stuff. But
yeah, but
uh,
Tisha, you should look it up. I know the article was from India, but
I'll uh, I'll forward you the email, Tisha. It was an NPR, I believe it was, right, Britt?
mhm.
Yeah, NPR news article.
Yeah, it was NPR. I like reading a lot of stuff from NPR. They have a lot of really good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, they do. They do.
yeah, that was really really good. So I mean, I want to make sure I send it out. If you want, Tisha, I can send you the actual audio, so you can just listen to the audio file as well. Let me know. But yeah, no, I mean, that was some really, really good stuff. Back to this NASCAR thing. I want to close with this. At that fast, that close together, Pedro, the wind coming off of another car could spin you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's true.
I mean, that's and that when you watch NASCAR, a lot of times when these do restrictor plate races, they talk about the big one because they could have an accident at the front of the pack and it could take out everybody in the back.
Yeah. With the airflow and all that. Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just one big wreck. It's one big.
Hmm.
They just
Yeah, I can see it going down. I can see it going down. It's the same with aircrafts too. You can't be so close because the air, the dynamics, how the
right.
aircraft is moving, the air might
The
might mess
airflow
with
over the
the
vehicle.
airflow and the aircraft could straight drop.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So we could move on to the next article, guys. This is one of my favorite subjects, a little bit of the iPhone. I've been a Apple fanboy since the first iPhone came out. So let's play this article.
High times. This iPhone super cycle may not be so super. Some Apple analysts believe AI will spur a boom in iPhone sales. But not everyone's buying the hype. Apple's just announced iPhone 16 and iPhone 16 Pro will likely go down in. The book says the AI iPhone, the one that's supposed to power all kinds of new generative artificially intelligent features, and in a very Apple-y way. But some analysts are predicting that these new phones will catalyze an even more important phenomenon for Apple's future, the start of an iPhone supercycle. A supercycle is what it sounds like, an extended period of economic growth in a boom and bust cycle. In this instance, the phrase is being applied to a specific commodity. And those who track the tech market closely believe, or want to believe, that that time has come for iPhone sales to heat up. More from Wired. Everything Apple announced today: iPhone 16, Apple Watch Series 10, new AirPods. Dean Ives, a managing director at Wedbush Securities who tends to be bullish on Apple, told Wired he believes this will be the strongest iPhone unit year ever and will exceed the previous record of 231 million unit sales in 2015, making it a supercycle. Morgan Stanley analysts wrote in a research note ahead of today's Apple event that the announcement wouldn't necessarily move the market in a major way, but that they see the potential for Apple to perform better than historical seasonality. Apple Intelligence will help unlock pent-up demand and accelerate iPhone replacement cycles, analysts Eric Woodring, Maya Newman, and Olubub K. Udachukwu wrote. Apple's iPhone may be the most influential piece of technology in the world, but last year its sales declined for 4 straight quarters before getting a holiday season boost. An estimated 1.5 billion people already use iPhones around the world, though Apple has not confirmed this data, and the broader smartphone market is now considered saturated. Upgrade cycles have lengthened. In the UK, Apple is required to support security updates on iPhones for at least 5 years into their lifespans. Even small changes to the iPhone's repairability, due in no small part to aggressive right to repair advocacy in the US, have led to consumers hanging on to their old phones for longer. There's more on Wired.com. Sign up for our newsletters and get every update on the technology of the future. We estimate 300 million iPhones have not been upgraded in 4 years, I've said. Last quarter, global iPhone sales were down 1% from the same time period a year earlier, though Apple still managed to rake in billions and beat overall revenue expectations. The iPhone's drop in China, a key market for Apple, was starker. Earnings results showed that iPhone sales in China declined 6.5%, significantly more than the 2.4% decline analysts predicted. Apple is also no longer on the list of top 5 smartphone sellers in China. Supermodel. But the new iPhone 16 and 16 Pro models, along with older iPhone 15 models deemed powerful enough to support new features, have artificial intelligence capabilities that Apple says are smarter and more secure than the generative AI tools available from competitors. Interestingly, Apple is partnering with OpenAI for some of these features. This includes slicker photo editing features, AI-generated custom emoji, email writing and messaging tools, and a much more natural-sounding and interpretive Siri voice assistant. Some of these features won't be available until next year, but Apple's push to add artificial intelligence to the iPhone is still likely to drive a boom in sales, optimistic analysts say. Whereas in years past the iPhone's hardware upgrades were the big draw, now the lure is how Apple's hardware, like its custom chips, will be in service of advanced AI. Regardless of whether Apple Intelligence is supported from day one, the new iPhones are future-proof, Paolo Pescatore, analyst and founder of PP Insights, says. Pescatore, like Ives, believes this is the start of an iPhone supercycle. Apple's prowess in silicon, hardware, and services will all converge to bring Apple Intelligence to life. Pescatore adds that Siri needed a much-needed overhaul, and he believes iPhone customers might now be willing to give Siri another chance. Apple did not immediately respond to inquiries about the company's potential for iPhone sales growth. Super unknown. Other analysts aren't buying into the super cycle hype. Anand Joshi, an engineer by trade and former tech executive who is now an analyst for Tech Insights, says the technical limitations of older iPhone models are likely to spur upgrades. But he believes there's only a 50-50 chance of a super cycle. The biggest driver is going to be AI, but I am still skeptical of the user experience, Joshi says. Similarly, Counterpoint Research senior analyst Varun Mishra says this is the start of a revenue step cycle for iPhone, a series of incremental boosts rather than a super cycle. This is partly since the release of Apple's AI features will be staggered over several months. Most of the use cases offered through Apple Intelligence are generally nice to have, and not so compelling that a large section of users will upgrade their devices earlier than expected, Mishra says. We also don't see any pent-up demand, like the demand in previous supercycles, for Gen AI features among consumers. There's also the question of whether these new AI-powered iPhones will spur sales in China, one of Apple's most crucial markets both in terms of sales and production of iPhones. Last fall, the Wall Street Journal reported that Chinese officials ordered workers at government agencies to stop using their iPhones and other foreign-made electronics for work, which doesn't affect the majority of the Chinese population, but could have a long-term, chilling effect on Apple's brand in China. As Apple has rolled out more AI features, which rely on both on-device processing and data sent and received from the cloud, questions have come up as to how exactly the company's private compute cloud will operate in China. Apple hasn't yet shared details on how this will work. Earlier today, during the iPhone launch event, Apple said it plans to expand its AI features into other languages, including Chinese, starting next year. Joshi, from Tech Insights, says he doesn't believe the Chinese government's crackdown on iPhones has much impact at this point. China will continue to buy the iPhone, he says. Ives thinks the key to Apple's success in that market will be an unusual one for a company that prides itself on its full-stack technology and tightly controlling the experience it delivers. Getting a Chinese partner will be key for Apple to enable AI in China, he says.
All right. Well, remember I told you, Paige, it was more about the market versus.
Yeah. But I kind of agree because Apple is known to kind of put gates around and not let you go all crazy with the AI. So for some people, it could be like a letdown when they upgrade. It might be a letdown in the way that they thought they could do a little more AI generating than they could. Also, for some people, upgrading, if it's not a necessary upgrade, I don't think some people are going to upgrade due to the pricing of the phone. Sometimes the pricing of the phone is like, let's say you get a pro model, you're at the thousands already. You're at $1,000 right there. And to justify to upgrade just for the AI and some people may think the AI is going to go deep, but as we heard in the article, they are rolling it out part by part. So it's not going to be like Siri on steroids. Yeah, Siri is going to have a little bump but it's not as what we thought. Like Siri going to settings and lower my brightness, or Siri going to voiceover rotor settings and do this. That is still to be proven if it's gonna be like that. For our community, I guess generating some emojis with like cowboys or what, however you would like to generate, could be something, but I don't think it will be a major reason to upgrade. Maybe having a ChatGPT connected straight to Siri and Siri able to draw back from there could be a plus, but having control over the whole iPhone and making it hands free is not what this AI, Apple Intelligence, is going to do. They're still rolling it out slowly. So let's see how far Apple is going to take it. But it could be a super cycle, like they said. But remember, folks, right now, inflation, a lot of money's tight, so.
I mean, I think the super cycle theory is tied to, how people are willing to want to try out the new features, right? And the cycle being is, okay, yeah, for those that are really in the AI, they might want to make sure they have the 15 or go get the 16, right?
Mm-hmm,
As far as others, I mean, we know that not everybody gets AI yet, so there's going to be a lot of resistance there. But as the Apple intelligence develops, right, as the model
mm-hmm,
grows, and more is they capable of doing more things, right?
mm-hmm,
Then that's going to continue into that cycle to where, okay, we're going to be talking about it. People are going to be talking about it. It's
mm-hmm.
going to be whatever, and that's going to encourage more and more people to, what, maybe it's time for me to go ahead and get one. I need that stuff. And
Yeah, yeah.
and then as time goes on, like you say, this is just the first steps of bringing it to a phone. We don't know what all. I mean, I know we definitely need guardrails with AI. Period. It's just, just to be clear about that. So I ain't mad at Apple on that level,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But we'll see. I mean, it's being able to develop the usability, but still keep guardrails in place.
Yeah, and they're not the first phone that has artificial intelligence. The Pixel has it too. It just Apple's trying to implement it in their way, and try to
Right.
make
In
some
their
of it
closed
theirs.
system.
And their
Yeah.
closed system. So I would like to see how nice they will play with third party applications and things like that. Because if I could tell, Siri, play Breaking Bad in Zero, and it could go into it and do everything and start playing it, or tell it to play it on Netflix, and it will look it up and play it. Like, how nice would it play with other third party applications? Because it is kind of like a closed system, and then Apple might play nice with the big companies, but what about these smaller companies, these smaller apps?
Right.
I,
Right.
I, I know they might put some APIs out there for people to take advantage and connect it to their Apple Intelligence, but I want to see how will they implement it.
Well, I look forward to that in our future AI classes.
Mm.
Once we get everybody established and get them, familiar with using AI, then we can, we give Apple Intelligence time to grow a little bit, and we'll be able to work out how they work and whatnot. And then you guys can bring that to us, down the road a little bit. So, looking forward
Yeah,
to that.
that is
Uh,
true. We do have a new AI class. You could go to info at blindunited.org if you want to know more. But yes, it's just AI for basics. I mean, basics that we're breaking it down, and it's going to be several steps. On the next class, we are covering how to sign up, and that's what we're going to be concentrated on, and still concentrating on some of these definitions that folks need to understand and prompting, but we're going on a slow pace for anyone that would like to join us. Just email it at info@blindunited.org. He could send you the link out to register and things like that. So, that's things that we bring to you guys free of charge, things that we believe that our community should have access to. Sometimes we're not able to get some support, we're not able to get technology training, and we want to be that bridge to help our community get that training if they're not able to get it from the state, or they're not even to don't have the financial stability to pay for someone to help them with their technology. So we do this for free. So just email that info@blindunited.org if you want to sign up and know more about our programs that we have through Zoom. And we have multiple programs. We have iPhone classes. We have tips for JAWS. We have another JAWS by uh, uh, a fellow that helps out too and volunteers his time, guys. So these
Talking about
services,
Andy.
yes, I'm talking about Andy. So he
And
puts
these are
we
not
all
just average
volunteer.
people. These are just not, these folks that are volunteering their time, especially when we're talking about JAWS and stuff like that. These guys are getting paid daily to teach this stuff. But they come here and they volunteer their time and they give us lessons and stuff. They answer questions. They help us get past barriers. So, again, all our interest groups are free. You can info blindunited.org for any questions, whatever. But I'm gonna just throw it out there. I need to start throwing this out there a little bit more often, I guess. But if you even if you want to know how to donate to us, because we could definitely use that as well. All this stuff, we got our volunteers are doing it for free, but again, it costs money to provide the platforms to do it all on, right? So
Yes.
please, we could use that help. So we're going to put together a little commercial about all that stuff, about how to get at us. And you got our website. Of course, you can go there and donate, or we are Zelle. You can Zelle us at Blind United Incorporated using the email blindunited2022@gmail.com for anybody that feels in their heart that they want to drop a couple bucks on us. No dollar amount is too small. I'd take $2, $5, $10, whatever you want to give up. I'll take it. So,
we
not I will take it. We'll take it. But
and it will go to operating costs, guys, and stuff like that. So, man, if you like what we're doing, please donate.
Please
Um,
donate.
but yeah, so what you got going on for this Thursday, guys?
Well, I gotta keep working on there's other stuff I gotta do. Brittany, anything down there? We got a couple minutes left, sweetie.
Oh no, Tisha said thank you for thank you, and you're welcome, Tisha. No problem. That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Ed and Pedro are here to help.
But what about you? You just here. Well, you just here for the company, huh? Whatever. You just,
Yeah.
She don't want to talk to me this morning.
It's a gloomy morning out there, though. Sometimes, oh man, I woke up all slow, all sore from my body. Like, what the hell? I went to sleep and I'm waking up sore. What the hell?
Brittany, don't you feel your pockets getting fatter that you don't have to turn your air conditioner on?
Yes, actually, yeah. I'm so happy about that.
I'm just trying to give you something positive for the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm messing with you, Brett.
Something else that's positive. You Can Give initiative.
That part right there.
YouCanGive.org. Get your old beat up canes and give them to Jimmy. You can go on his website, YouCanGive.org. You can get a shipping label and you can ship your old cane to Jimmy, and he will give it to somebody in need who really, really needs a cane. And he will give them the cane and a digital recorder with instructions on how to use the cane and how to fix the cane. So that's YouCanGive.org, you guys.
Man. Okay, again, we do Jimmy every day because we feel it's such a very, very important thing. Just
noble
like
cause too,
Yeah, it's very noble, and again, I'm sorry, but same reason why we get up every morning. We do this coffee time. It's the same reason why every afternoon we're opening up Zoom rooms. Okay, we just want to make sure our community gets the stuff that they need so that they can live their best life, and in that connection of interacting with each other, hopefully we can also create that one voice that will allow us to get a lot more stuff within the community, within society. So I hope you like what we're doing. Again, it's another great day. I had a couple great articles for you folks. I hope you enjoyed those. Pedro, my brother in the dark, Brittany, my sister in the dark. I really appreciate y'all. And just so y'all know, I'm going to start using that term a little bit more. When I say brother in the dark, sister in the dark, whatever I mean is because we live our life in the dark. So, it's not that we're living on the dark side of life. We just live our life in the dark. That's all it is. So that's our thing with each other. That's our common thread, right? So that's what that is. So anyway, we got one more day this week, Friday. TGIF is tomorrow. So y'all come back and see us again, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And everybody enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget to come and check out Mr. Bautista tonight and learn a couple phrases. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk to y'all soon.